Let's do this. Okay.
I feel like I should be a
Good.
wrestler uniform.
Good
And
morning,
what?
good morning, good morning.
I feel like I should be wearing a wrestling outfit.
Wrestling.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, there we are. It just popped up.
Yeah. Oh, King's
Oh,
on
we
it.
are on. There we
And
go.
DHP is throwing curves at you already. Nanya.
Nanya.
Roy's voice. Nanya.
Moon Sasa.
That's funny.
So today we are digging into the solar
Eclipse.
eclipse.
Yes.
Oh, by
And
the
did
way,
not-
go ahead, Go ahead, King. Sorry.
Jen? Do I look anything like Jen?
I said King.
No, you said before you said that. You said, go
No,
ahead,
I
Jen.
was
King.
going to say something, but I want you to finish saying it first. Go for it.
Did not want to get into too much of the 3D, but we will have to get some of it.
Yep.
Now you can go ahead, Nadia.
Well, speaking of 3D, Jay suggested that we should run around naked in a circle doing a rain dance. So I decided.
That's not
You're welcome. Nadia.
Snyder got traumatized already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided I can't do that in Indianapolis because I'm out of the state. So I'm going to have to stay in Illinois and do it.
How that came up was people were posting this thing about, in Canada, they said, keep your dogs and cats indoors and, to get them away from the effects of the solar eclipse. I mean, yeah, what did dogs and cats do before us? How many
Exactly.
dogs and cats sit there and stare at the sun?
I'm here live to ask Schneider, what do you think about the eclipse? He doesn't care.
Exactly.
Turn away.
Here, Schneider. Well said. Words to live by. But it's like, and so I posted, and I have 3D notifications, so I posted on Facebook. Instead of doing that, how about you dance naked in your front yard for 30 minutes each time, 4 times a day, 3 days prior to the eclipse, and then the day of the eclipse, cover your body with leeches.
You didn't say leeches. I should have read the fine prints. I'm not doing
leeches. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't want to blind the neighbors.
Snyder's in trouble now. Oh well. But this is everything. Okay, the bottom line for me is of this whole solar thing. Everything that is associated with fear, skepticism, this is all of man. All the they want to make an opportunity to do something, to use it, however. But if you're clicking on it, you're feeding it. You know what I mean? You're feeding the monster. It's like, here's another terrible eclipse. Oh, it's I look, I'm not even going out to look at the damn thing. I could care less. And if I do go out and look at it, I'm going to look at it for a second. I'm not going to, my glasses or whatever. I'm not going to cut the hole in the box.
Let's first debunk the hide the pets and lock the doors. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we all know who's more connected to Mama Gaia are the animals. If the wild animals outside start going crazy, sure, let's lock the animals inside. Yeah. But if they're not going to react to, if I see like the geese flying north instead of south or whatever in a different pattern, then yeah, I think something's going on. But other than that, that's the first debunk I got.
Do you remember in 2017 when this first eclipse happened, all the dogs and cats that went blind?
Do you know how long?
I don't know. I can't find them anymore.
I was going to say, hold on.
I didn't see nothing.
You know how hard it was to make those little sticks for these cats so they can walk around the house?
Exactly. The 3 blind mice are laughing at the cats and dogs. Yes.
We told you not to look. All right. Well, okay. So other than that, I did go into some research on from the Navajos and from the Quran. Since you guys already know if there was an eclipse in scripture, if you guys like to share that also.
Yeah, I got a few. There are a few verses in scripture that cover that, and they all go to the end times.
Right.
And
Okay,
they
so
all
was it
basically
Revelation?
say that whatever God's signs are out there, man cannot manipulate it. So
Right. They can take advantage of it. But
yeah.
They cannot manipulate it.
Okay, so you know how we say that in some churches they are manipulated by, let's say, the sneeze people, or
Yeah.
we can. Okay, so I saw two
Bless you.
views of the Quran, and one was definitely paid for by the government because he was from Saudi Arabia, and we
Brought
know
to you
that.
by Pfizer. Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead.
What is it?
Brought to you by Pfizer. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, the first one said the history of what was presented was a solar eclipse during the Prophet Muhammad's time. And he was told that he would never be able to raise a son to be a man because he didn't want anybody to make that son a new prophet. Do you understand? Or make him part of a kingdom.
Right.
So actually, his son's name was Abraham. And when he passed away, it was time of the eclipse. It was a solar eclipse like what we're going to have coming up. And what he said was, as soon as he did the prayer, the burial for his son, he called the people to go and do a special prayer in their mosque. And what it was to prove that God's gift of the eclipse. It was a miracle that the sun went away, sadness went away for the new sun to come. Now, if you went through the, let's say, brought to you by
the government. Okay. Yeah.
what was that?
The government at you. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, what he said is the eclipse is a sign to frighten people because people will only listen because they are driven by fear more than hope. It's a wake-up call for our own good. Maybe it is to show fear because to give you punishment or test you for your sins. So when you see an eclipse, you should fear it. Because God is not loving at all.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
So that was one of the versions that I saw both sides of being paid by fear and of showing it's a miracle that God's giving us.
Dennis,
right.
You want to get the Bible?
You're gonna hit it?
Hey, it can take a beating.
Yeah, in each one of these verses is all basically fear. Let me see. Starting with Revelation 6:12. I get my glasses for this. I write small.
Ooh.
Why don't you start writing bigger?
I can't.
It's a miracle. You're welcome.
Got to save the paper.
Save
big
the tree.
paper. Yeah, big paper.
Revelation 6:12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun black as a sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Now, earthquake could mean it's something physical, or it could be shaking within the spirit. We don't know which type that is yet. Matthew 24:29 is immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky and heavenly bodies will be shaken. That could be the earthquake as well. Joel 2:31, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Now, who knows if it's going to be a dreadful day? Amos 8:9, in that day declares the sovereign Lord, I will make the sun go down at noon and darken the earth in broad daylight. And Matthew 27:45 says, from noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over all the land.
Okay. And we still
I have
live.
one thing. I have one thing to add for the not for the Bible, but this is one of the things I seen that seemed interesting to me. And if you think the way the distractors think, you understand. Okay. The first eclipse in 2017 to this next eclipse coming is 6 years, 7 months, and 18 days. Okay. Now, if you look at that in a different perspective, it's 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, and 13 days. You see what I'm saying? Like the rotation of the Earth, 66 point something miles. You see how it can be worded. And again, this, reeks of, man, I actually did see a few posts out there just like scrolling by, like, what was that? 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, or 6 days. They're wrong. You know what I mean? But they're posting this shit out there. and everything about this is just like, okay, this morning, I usually have my little moments where I go out. Some days I get things, some days I don't. And today, for the energy out there is just heavy. It's like a burden. It's like it's excitement, it's fear, but it literally is fear, because I think even the normies are questioning the solar eclipse. But at the same time, there was this dread that I was feeling, and I mean, it's not mine. I know it. I can feel it. But it was so heavy. It was just like, okay. Once I got out of it, I had to like take a minute. Like, really? I mean, like, couple deep breaths. This was like so heavy, burdensome, and I just don't understand this worry. I don't understand it. I understand they're being fed fear. They're being fed what ifs, what could happen, what's a possibility. Oh, National Guard is being deployed in several states.
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
They want something to happen. And
actually, there is another thing happening because we have so many things going on all at one time. I believe before we go from dark to light, before the eclipse, they are shaking people to release things that they have to release.
Well,
so it's the emotion, it's the baggage, it's the cords, it's whatever it is, because now not only are we going through this eclipse coming, we're also going through Mercury retrograde, where it's like, are you sure you studied, and are you sure you're going to pass the test? Are you sure you let go of whatever you needed to let go? And that's the emotion, because some people don't want to let go of what they need to. They'd rather be comfortable.
I don't know how that.
Oh, you're feeling the energy.
You're saying like all this dread and worry. Do you think people are being told to do this, or they're doing it automatically?
They're feeling it. It's happening to them. When you get tested, it doesn't matter how it comes. The test comes. I'll say it. I'm sorry, but maybe some people are going through a breakup because they're getting tested. Some people are going through changing a new house. I mean, it's things that are coming up to tell them, are you comfortable in where you're at? Because once the eclipse comes, I think there's going to be a whole new change. I also wanted to for good. Huh?
I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I think the eclipse is a sign of what's to come, and it's not good. I mean, I don't perceive it as bad. Perspective, right? But at the same time, okay, one of the things that they're not talking about is also this red heifer sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay. They bought 5 red heifers.
Yes. I wanted to say this one before we got into the heifer, because this is the last thing. Is that okay, Jay?
Oh, good.
All right. So I also studied the Navajo ideology of the eclipse also, because after this, I'm ready for the heifers also. So the Navajo believed about the eclipse was when eclipse comes, to pay reverence because the sun has died, and the new sun comes and you put everything back in balance. New promises, new commitments, how we live our life. Because the Navajos believe they came from above, which they could have been off-worlders, to the surface of the earth. And their source was the sun, which is the light. The sun, when it dies, comes back as rebirth. So us, when we go through an eclipse, we also go through a rebirth. They believe, and this is the thing that I think you're understanding, Jay, they remain indoors during the eclipse. because they have to understand that that is a sacred time and a sacred thing and must be respected. Also, they will do prayers during that time. They are told when the absence of sunlight for a brief amount of time is the effect on Mother Earth. So if Mother Earth gets affected as well as all humans, all living things on Earth. And so what happens is once it goes, you start reflecting on joy, happiness, confidence, and peace for the renewal and efforts of life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I actually read this also just 3 days ago. Their perspective on it. I'm not watching the eclipse because I don't care. It's not that, but will I be in prayer? I'm always in prayer. But at the same time, there is no fear based on this. Now, if I could step over to the red heifers, this thing as far as a spiritual thing. Now, I want you to do some calculations in your head. Okay, they bought 5 red heifers. Okay,
yes. From Texas.
From Texas.
They didn't buy it, by the way, Jay. It was donated. It was donated.
Okay. Anyway, I'll guarantee you there was some cash thrown by. But either
negative way, cash maybe, but it was told that it was donated.
Can I tell the damn story? I don't care about him free.
Hold on.
Thank you. Okay. 5 red heifers, right? They knew these people went over to Texas, the rabbis. Now, when they get there, they say, oh, 2 of them are out of age. They paid for the transportation of those things. The rabbis. You don't think they knew they were out of age? So, with that being said, I honestly feel that 2 have been sacrificed already. We just haven't been told. I know there was one done. I feel it was on Good Friday. It was in Good Friday into Saturday, depending on the time frame. And there was another one done on Easter Sunday. In my opinion, this is what I feel. This is what I've gotten. You can pull cards on it. You can do your pendulums on whatever. But there's only 3 that are within their age. So why would they take the other 2 heifers if they knew that? Okay, you just didn't get them in Jerusalem and go, oh, these 2 are out of age. You knew that.
Get your kosher sausages.
Exactly. But and you know, when you look at this religion, it ties in Islam, talks about the Jadal, the whole bit, and how even the Muslims are pissed off about this red heifers because of this. Now, the funny thing is the Islamic religion knows the Jewish traditions as much as the Judea religion. If they're infidels, why do they care? See what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of spirituality going on here in this mix. But I always say that those 2 are the same religion. It's just, Catholic and Protestant. It's the same religion to me. But this red heifer thing, I do feel that they have sacrificed the 2. They just made the excuse of, oh, they're not of age any longer. These heifers came almost one after another. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like they were a couple years apart. They came in a span of I think it was 11 months, something like that. I can't remember the full story. But yeah, why would you take all 5 of them if you knew two of them were already the scholars, how old is this thing? Because it's part of their religion and they're paying for the transport. I don't care about the national grade, but they're paying for the transport. Oh, if they're out of age, why would you transport 2 more of them when you don't need them? Again, but this is the problem I have with this whole sacrificial thing. The Bible says sacrifices aren't needed any longer, depending on what holy book you follow. But yet this is a sacrifice to the Jewish god Baal. That's what they call him, Baal. Think about that. That's my 2 cents. Very
that
passionate.
was more than 2 cents. I thought you had a credit card there. Anyway.
Would you like more? Just swipe.
Anyway, so they had to be 2 years and a day. And I was trying to calculate if they were 2 years and a day, but they were bought in 2022.
Bought, did you say? You thought
Or
you said they were
well,
donated.
no, transfer.
Okay.
Freudian slip. They were picked up from
Freud
Texas.
never wore a slip, I don't think.
And they were picked up in Texas in 2022. And now March, they said it should be 2 years and a day to make it part of it, but it's way over 2 years, isn't it? So
The whole thing. I was hoping you caught the calculations. 2017, the heifers are born. 2000, actually 18.
Jeopardy must
19. Yes.
Jeopardy. Definitely Jeopardy.
Right.
Well, you know what? It's so funny that I'm pulling these Kachina on this. And Five of Swords, they did fight about this or argue about doing it, and they were tired of it. But we got Deep State wanted to do it, probably for the worship of Baal.
Mm-hmm.
10 of Wands wrapping it up, but the star came in. So I don't think they're going to perform it. Maybe those were trial runs, because they also said that if they were to do this for the Temple Mount, they were going to have to knock down the Dome of the Rock. You do that, you're looking at World War III.
Right.
And I think that's what they want to do.
Right. But the way I understand it, they built this supposed altars a few years back.
Well,
and
there's definitely Judgment and Ace of Swords. It's not going to happen.
Well, as far as what's not going to happen, the actual sacrifice?
The actual sacrifice. No.
Okay. I'll agree to disagree with you on that. But the way they set this up is there's something to do with the earth underneath this altar. They brought in earth from supposedly under the Temple Mount from when the Crusaders were digging under. Supposedly that's part of this. They think that they're skirting around the details like lawyers. Oh well, it's in the mound, it's in its essence and all this stuff. But yeah, and just like anything else, okay. One of the things I got was, you know how there's like a space station mock-up in Dallas or whatever that they practice on.
Yeah.
I got that there's a second altar. There's a second altar.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I am getting Ezekiel's altar around Mount Carmel, I think.
Yeah, and but I think I don't understand why. Like I said, I feel they've gone through two sacrifices, and no matter how many you see, all we see is the footage because they're in secret, they're hidden so that they can go through with their ritual so that extremists don't come and take the bulls away. So all we have is quote videos, and no one knows when they are.
Well, let me put a disclaimer first, guys. The disclaimer is this is not all Jewish people. This is the negative Jewish people who was trying to worship devil.
It's the Orthodox, if you will. It is. It's the Orthodox.
I think it's Khazarian. I don't think it's Orthodox at all.
But if you look who's performing the sacrifices, checking it, they are Orthodox.
Well, they're supposed to be rabbis.
Orthodox.
Supposed to be.
Right. So, this is the hat.
Yeah, I know, but they're supposed to be rabbis with.
Right. Well, you can be a rabbi without being Orthodox.
True.
Okay, I see it.
So, but yeah, there's to me, I just don't like the whole. Everything's kind of going in succession, and I think it's ramping up the fear. I mean, let's face it. I mean, even technically, one of the reasons that this supposed little conflict in the Gaza started with the red heifers, and that's another thing that's kind of buried because they're like, hey man, what are you doing? You're trying to rush the world here. And they know that the temple is basically pretty much built. It's cut, it's numbered, it's put into place, it's just waiting.
It's just waiting, but I think it's also they're trying to make a preemptive strike to cause a World War III because of the Balfour Agreement. which said if in 100 years, if you don't pay, you have to give the land back. Israel has to be given back. However, I just want to update everybody what Belfort Agreement was. However, there's always a fine print stipulation. If there is a war, you don't have to give it back. It is nullified. So they tried Gaza, they tried Iran, they tried Syria. Just recently, they just set to Syria. So they're trying. So what is the next step? Let's destroy the Dome of the Rock. I'm sure that's going to definitely, cause a World War III.
Right.
But
And there is no true evidence that it's only speculation and their supposed educated guesses that the temple was where the Temple Mount is. In other words, the Jewish temple, they say it's exactly where the Dome of the Rock is.
Yeah, exactly.
That being exactly, I don't buy that. That's a big ass plaza. Okay. If anything, it would be in the center. And if you look from any kind of understanding of design, symbolism, that thing would be dead center. If anything, offset towards the back. Dome of the Rock is not there. Dome of the Rock is, like around 35%. It wouldn't even touch it. So again, there's a whole lot of wrong that's with this. That Dome of the Rock, in my opinion, if you look at sacred geometry, everything like that, there's balance, there's harmony. Why would it be 30 degrees off or 35 degrees for what? There's no sacred geometry that even comes close to that. Nothing. Zero. So it literally is. It's just a strike against Islam. That's all. In my opinion.
Dennis, can you check? Dennis and Jay, can you check? Where exactly is that degree? Is it 33 degrees? Is that why they're using?
Maybe. You never know. What's left over from 33 degrees? 66. Just saying.
Yeah, but 33 masonry. You know what I'm saying?
What exactly is the question you want?
The Masons are just the Kabbalah light for the Goyim. That's all that is.
Are they trying to destroy the dome because it's at the 33 degrees?
No, I'm getting a yes on the question I'm asking, but go ahead, Dennis.
I'm getting a no on that particular question.
Agreed. Okay. But I'm getting a yes on
66
the sacred geometry. The sacred geometry.
Oh, they're breaking up balance. Of course, they're breaking up balance.
Right. But at the same time, the Saudis in so many instances have said we don't really care about the Dome of the Rock. To them, the sacred place is Mecca. This isn't a political point. This has been talked about on TV.
Okay, listen.
I don't buy it. Is what I'm saying.
Where do you think that came for Saudis? It was a desert land, and look at what they did with it. They made it a commercialized plaza.
I agree.
But I mean, if you practicing Islam found out that, and I'm just saying this is what is in the Quran, that Prophet Muhammad flew from Jerusalem to God, and the rock went with him. That's why the rock is up in the air, which probably is magnetism from beneath it. But you're saying I'm going to debunk that because now Saudi Arabia is the most important place from a Quran's view?
Well, don't forget that's also a certain sect of Islam. There's a couple different sects of Islam. What do you call them?
Shiites, Sunnis, and the third one. Nobody heard the third one.
But exactly. It's like, to me, I think that's like Episcopal, like Catholic light, like all the sins, but none of the idols.
But the Shiites was because they thought the Prophet Ali was supposed to get it. But if you were snoozing, you lose, man.
Right.
So they gave it to Prophet Muhammad. That's what it is. But anyway, they still look at, and there was a really good YouTube video about how they pray to Mecca and how it was actually wrong. So it was pretty interesting. What else did I say? And then I was following the biblical terms of this red heifer thing. And this guy said they have to let the heifer be sacrificed over Passover because they do not want to deny prophecy that is happening because it doesn't fit our paradigm. It's not our paradigm. It's our Creator's paradigm.
Exactly.
So what the heck are you saying? Continue with the heifer, even though God Himself, our Creator Himself, said He doesn't do sacrifices.
Exactly. Now, see, and there is a reason. I'm sorry, there's a reason that they call it Moses' law. Okay, they don't call it God's law; they call it Moses' law. And I'm a firm believer in this. I'm sorry. There are certain laws I think came. He was gone 40 days. 40 days. That's what we forget in the wilderness. Why do you think they built the bull? Why do you think they constructed that and cast it? 40 days he was gone, and all of a sudden he comes back with 613 things. You don't think the good Lord could have done that in the blink of an eye, let alone just here it is. He's gone 40 days. Sorry, I don't buy that. There's a reason why they call it Moses' law. Anytime you have to micromanage someone down to the way and placement of your hand to wipe your butt, I'm sorry, that's of man. I don't care if you think that's God inspired. Sorry, that's in Islam. That's in Judea. I don't buy that whatsoever.
Well, I mean, he could have been, tapping into weigh these words in a.
Yeah, hold on, wait, hey, I really better cover this about.
That was the first translation.
We talked about menstruation, did we? We talked about how you wipe your butt. Okay, so let's talk about
stop with the butt. Stop with the butt. But the thing is, he needed a 3D.
I better put down how they should wipe their ass.
Come on, Jay. Listen. If you follow Sumerian, they had more about cleanliness than anybody else. So if you can take from everybody. You can't just do one religion. We respect whatever other people.
That was two religions. That was Judea and Islam right there.
Well, that's why I follow the 2/3 rule. I drink and I don't. Okay, but the thing is, they knew that these people are non-believers, that if they found it in stone or whatever, it must be real. But they came down already still worshiping the cow. So even being lost in the desert for another 40 years?
Right. And
they're still going to go after a heifer?
Doesn't that add to the abomination of God? They built a bull in place of God waiting for Moses. Do you really think they would have a sacrifice to please God for a bull? Again, law of Moses. Sorry, I don't buy it.
I want to just say something to DHP. I don't know, with his remark. If you go in Aramaic and you type up Jesus, it will come out Allah.
There's a couple of discrepancies on that. Comes up Allah, comes up Aisha. Most times it's Aisha. But Quran, I will correct you, in the Quran, Allah is only Allah, not Jesus. That is not in the Quran. So
no, I'm just saying Aramaic was older.
But at the same time, it's older. They would not refer to Jesus as Allah. The Muslims didn't agree with that. The Jews didn't agree with that. Even the people of the day called him the Christ.
Do you know in the Quran they still have Jesus and they have Mary in the Quran? They still honor and worship Jesus.
As a prophet. Mary is the only woman that is mentioned. I think it's 3 times or twice, but there's a section of her. Now, she is revered as the most perfect woman, but yet Jesus was not the Son of Man, and the Prophet Muhammad said that Jesus was not. Then if that's the case, why isn't Muhammad's mother talked about? It makes no sense.
Because he was an orphan.
Hear me out. Hear me out. But Jesus's mother is revered, and yet he's not a prophet. He says it himself. He's not a prophet.
The only reason why I want to address that is we're not taking one religion over the other. Right. We're being very fair. No, that's why I want to address DHP. We're addressing everybody fairly. So it's not a war of who, what. I just want to say, if you go and find history of those words in a different language, you will see similarities. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so They also mentioned in Daniel 29:25, building the Temple Mount, the Sultan of Ottoman Empire
Yes.
said that he wanted to restore and rebuild Jerusalem. So
that would technically be Persia, right?
Ottoman would be
Persia.
Turkish Empire. Is that Persia?
That would be Persia, yeah.
Oh, I thought Persia was more. Okay.
Part of it. It's all part of it.
That's fine. So were they starting the decree then? Were they starting to rebuild the mounds?
I think you're onto something. It's not a straight yes.
Because I was listening to some gentleman about the 777 years, 70 years, 77, something like that. Hold on.
Yeah, there's something to this. It's not I only got one crossing and one straight. I want to say that this was maybe something like to be like a church or to be a place of worship, but it does not have significance from the Father, if that makes sense. But I mean, see what you guys get. But you're not completely wrong, though, Nadia. Do you know what I mean? There's something to it. Like I said, I have one crossing and the other one's going no. So it's like.
Okay, so in Daniel 9, I guess verse 25. So you are to know and discern from the issuing of the decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until Messiah, the Prince, will be there 7 weeks and 62 weeks. It will be built again with plaza and moat, even in times of distress.
Right. And did you know that the key word there? What was that last word there?
Distress.
No.
Discern?
Moat.
Okay.
Moat.
Yeah. Well, there's no water. Will there be water?
There is water.
But there never was originally. They say that there was water early on, but they even say that was before the Temple Mount was built.
Well, okay, so what they were saying, what I got from it, the moat doesn't have to be a wet moat, but if you follow the streets around it, it looks like a moat.
Okay, I can buy that somewhat. I'm technically, moat is a pit. Okay,
it's a pit.
It's filled. It's filled. It's not. It's not. Excuse me. I gotta go potty real quick. And then, do you guys want to get into some questions, or what do you want to do? Hold on one second.
Yeah, I can do that.
I want to ask one more question though. When they did the red heifer, they said that these rabbis are supposed to purify themselves with the ashes of the red heifer for Passover. So do you think that the Passover happened already or not? And then I'll let you.
I think there's two sets of books personally, but here's the other thing. Then we talk about how cleansing and how impeccable they are to unclean and what's not clean. But yet they will burn the bowels of this animal
and put it on.
They burn it whole. Yeah. Its hair, its ass, everything. That wouldn't happen. Not according to Moses' law. Unless
you're worshiping Baal. All right.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Jay. We'll figure out if we have questions. I just thought that was interesting that they will put ashes over themselves, but they're very clean people.
I wonder if that's part of Ash Wednesday.
So another thing that I found that was a black cow. Okay, so what they also suggested was the year of Hebrew, I guess, is 1537, and if you add 483 years, which is something with the 770 plus 7, I would equal 2020, which was the beginning of this stuff. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, I always like hosting these things where I can just turn the key and just be an observer and watch you two go at it.
I know you're like this popcorn.
It's like poking the bear and just sitting back and going, okay, yeah, right.
Oh, Dennis is on. We forgot you were here. No, but you know what? I'm trying to be fair and see all aspects.
Oh yeah.
because I think
I
that,
have no problems with that.
yeah, but I just that's the only reason why I am pulling everything from everywhere where I can get info from. So, all right, are we gonna do?
We can do questions if we like. We've got 13 starred right now.
I did find something else for Jay, but I guess I'll wait for him to come back. It's regarding in 2020 was the Abrahamic Accords.
Was it really?
Yeah. So what they were predicting? Should I wait? You want to wait, and we can ask some?
Yeah, go ahead and wait.
All right.
Trying to catch up on the chat.
All right. Yeah, sorry guys, I was too involved. I couldn't read anything. So, except Mississippi, I just taught my 4-year-old niece how to spell Mississippi, and it's fun when you get them to say PP.
We were going through that. We were breaking up an awful lot.
Well, the energy was really. Even the angels came to watch.
Yeah, you two kept freezing up on me for some reason. So that must have been me. I don't know.
It was you because Jay started freezing up in the beginning for me. So I'm assuming it was me. It's always Nadia, you know that.
You always know when you're on the right track and things start to go wrong.
I love that, Jay. You ever see those videos when they hit their head and they that in the nome del Espíritu Santo? Hey, Jay, I saved something for you to wait. From Suleiman's decree, 7 plus 62 equals 69 weeks, 483 days. So if you add that to the Jewish calendar, which was 1500 something, hold on, let me look for it. 1537 equal 2020. Interesting. The beginning, they started doing the Abrahamic Accords, and then in the middle, halfway, they're planning on in 3 years the Antichrist will halt the sacrifice and set up the abomination in the spring of 2024. And then the end, Jesus returns to defeat the Antichrist and end the reign in Yom Kippur 2027.
One other thing I had gotten, just reconfirming it again. Okay, of the 5 heifers, I think 2 are already sacrificed. I think 2 are killed by God, which leaves 1. Two are purposely killed by God's will. Okay, in other words, there's 1 heifer, and I think this is a point of redemption for them. If they let it's a perfect being in God's eyes or in their religious eyes. Why would you sacrifice that? To me, that's no different than sacrificing the Messiah, sacrificing Adam. Why would you sacrifice something so perfect of God's creation?
I agree. I got a yes on that.
Yeah.
So they had 5, you said. They sacrificed 2.
Yes, and right. I think 2 more. Like I said, you can try your pendulum, get your cards, but here, let me say.
But I know I'm confused. Okay, so
I'm saying
sacrificed 2.
I was shown that God takes 2 or kills 2 of those animals, so they can't be sacrificed.
So they can't be sacrificed.
Right. So this is a yes or no question, and I'm asking, is this true? That's a yes. So they're telling me God takes 2 of those animals out. Will we hear about that? Probably not. Probably not. But the way I understand it, God's will, however it's done, 2 of them are not.
You know what? I get that 2 of them were killed on the transportation there. That would have been nice if the one
strong yes.
That would be nice if the survivor had a blemish.
Well, that's just it. I get a no on that, so it's just difference of opinion, perspective. Maybe it's how I'm asking it, but what you just said, Nadia, is the one that's left actually has a blemish. What happens? Do you know what I mean? Again, I don't think God needs blood sacrifice. And then what? You dip your fingers in the blood and sprinkle it on shit, on people. It's terrible for me. I'm really. This is. I can't tell you how profoundly offensive it is to me inside, not just my faith, but my whole being. It's horrible. And I try and take my ego out of it. I try and take what I feel, my own perceptions out of it. And to me, it's just nothing but an abomination. And I can't get past that. And even in my rods have said it's an abomination.
Yeah.
So, it's an abomination. Yes, I agree. However, I think that's what strengthens our faith. God knows what's going on. He knows what's going to happen. And it's just to see how strong are we standing in our faith.
So where are we question-wise? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
We did 0.
We haven't started yet.
Okay, let's go. Ready. Let's get ready to.
Oh, so now we are ready to rumble.
I'm ready. I went potty. All good.
I'll let me guess that I would say. Well, I'd say that DHP probably has the majority of them today.
Shut.
We missed GHP.
Yeah, I know he's catching up. I gotta get this shined up just in case.
Oh, there you go. All right. Caroline, has there been multiple bridges hit by barges lately?
Yeah, there was one in Turkey.
I've seen other videos.
Yeah, there's one in Turkey. It was funny that they knocked over a few cranes. They knocked
I'm trying
over.
to see if there's how many actually that we don't know about.
Well, I was saying that they knocked over 2 Ukraines. More than 2.
I get 3.
Third hasn't hit yet. Yes.
And they're all cargo ships, right?
They're all cargo ships, yes.
Yep, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah. Okay.
I am going to dart over to the coffees. Let's see if we got anything there. No. Okay. Question number 2. DHP would like to know, is there any connection between the eclipse and Kilipuff?
Is the underworld.
Is the underworld. You just say the underworld.
It's the dark's version of the tree of life.
Well, it's always as above, so below. So is that going to be a lunar eclipse or is it also a solar eclipse?
Well, we just had the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse.
No, underneath, below, on the other world. Is it the opposite or is it the same thing?
Well, it is. It's the opposite. It's their it's their tree of life, how they perceive it. You have the good tree of life, and then you have the bad tree of life. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm getting a strong yes to this. There is a connection.
Yeah, I get a yes. Maybe Nadia can give some details here.
I'm trying. Yeah. I'm going to do Kachina. Only do the black answer.
It's.
I have the Kleenex if you need it.
It really is. It almost feels like they're trying to catch up. The darkies catching up. In other words, they're in a hurry for some reason.
Time is short.
Like, I don't know. It's like hurry up and wait. They're just showing me hurry up, but I can't see what their mark is. In other words, I think this eclipse is a marker, pretty much just of things to come. But they're trying to catch up to a marker of some sort. I don't understand why.
All right. I mean, guys, if you're getting something different from the cards that I pulled, put it in the comments. However, we got the Lover's card at the bottom. So I think what happens above also happens below.
Okay, I agree.
But it's the Page of Wands. Get excited. And it's the 9 of Cups. They were wishing on it. And The past was the Nine of Pentacles. They were ready for it. The King of Wands. And then the Star card, I believe, interrupts it. Because on the advice, there's Four of Swords, some secrets, and losing sleep over it. But what I got for future advice was don't worry, because the sun is going to come out. And God is there to make sure that they won't complete theirs.
I get a yes to that. Yes or no confirmation from you both. It feels like the dark cut some corners. Yeah, in other words, they're supposed to do something and something was just pushed out. Like, yeah. Like they left something out or a few things to get to where they are. Is that correct?
I'm getting yes.
But are you getting it's prevented though?
No, just left out. I don't feel I don't feel prevention. I feel something was skipped, so it messes up a time frame for them or something. I don't care.
Yeah, it messed it up because they moved out of troubled water, which I was thinking maybe it was the CERN. Here's the moving out of troubled waters, which messed up their tower. They got it got disrupted. Okay. And here's the bottom card is the nasty people, but King of Pentacles comes at the end, which means it affects our generation. So I think they tried because maybe they couldn't get a hold of the other stuff. So they did try to take a shortcut, but I think it was blocked.
Good.
Well, who's going to answer our question? Took a walk away. I could have had more time answering.
Are we here? Everyone's frozen but me. Anyone there? Can I get a 5x5 if anyone can hear me?
I got you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Dennis is gone. Anyone in the chat throw a 5x5?
We did lose connection. Hello. DHP said hello. Can you give us a 5x5, guys?
We got it. Okay.
They can hear us. Thank you. Unbelievable. Okay. Look at how much energy we used on that. That's
yeah.
You know,
I don't think they want that to be known. Yeah, they don't want that to be known.
Yeah. Well, you found out. Sorry, guys.
Hopefully Dennis comes back. Let's do this other one he put up on. This is the one he put up on the screen. The second one.
Yeah.
When Aleister Crowley did his Cliff the Pope ritual, did he come back as Aleister Crowley or did he switch places with a powerful entity? I get switch places, but it feels like two minds. It feels like two minds. One body, two minds.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I don't know if you guys know about that.
What?
I did. Most of those negative people skip reincarnation and go to the moon, and he must have hijacked another powerful entity. Let me pull it out in a storybook and see. Did it illustrate switch and places with a powerful entity? Oh, first card, High Priest.
Hey, we're just answering what's on the screen, Dennis.
Yeah, I figured that's why I put it up there.
Thank you.
Why is that? Okay.
So I got when he come back, did he switch places with a powerful entity? I was getting two minds, one person. That's what I was getting. Essence, cohabitation, spirit, dark spirit.
So
maybe the person inside doesn't even know, but it's influenced by it, if you will.
All right, King, you want to answer it first, and then we'll look at
I
this?
got a yes. He switched. Nadia.
Okay, can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to pull out my Vippy. The question I want to ask, he was switched, but is he taken care of? Is he gone now?
For that, that's a yes to me. He's gone now. Me and DHP deep dived this, and like I actually got a little bit different answer now, as we were doing that, but I'm not gonna say who that was.
Who
But
it was?
it's
Yeah, I kind of feel I know.
well, it's kind of
Well-
like, okay, when you see the map, when you see the whale on the map, there's no denying it. When you see these people side by side, there's no denying it.
Okay, but what I got, that's why I asked this question. My storybook said, High Priestess, yes, there's a lot of secrets going in too.
You're not
Like
wrong.
you see it. And 2 swords, not knowing which one he was. However, the Tower card came and he held on to his hat. He held on really firm. However, the Ace of Cups came and he was taken care of. Now, I asked for clarification of it. To me, that's your 2 people, Jay. The
Okay.
6 of Cups. See how there's 2 of them?
Yeah. DHP, do you want me to let that out or no?
Okay, hold on.
Yes or no?
Yeah, there's a 5. He was left out, and the strength. So he was overpowered. I don't think he's here anymore.
DHP
Okay.
says yes.
Okay. This is going to blow you away. I'm sorry. This is going to mess a whole lot of people up.
You're going to say
It really
Trump.
is. That's Aleister Crowley.
Right.
Okay, now you look at this on your own. Who is that?
Dolores Cannon.
Dolores Cannon.
Oh, that's why she's gone. I love Dolores Cannon.
We got yeses on that.
Hold on.
Blow us away. Go ahead.
It was Aleister Crowley and Dolores Cannon. Oh, okay. Then
Strong yes.
Aleister Crowley and Dolores Cannon. Wow.
Getting a yes, Nadia?
Yeah, I said wow. Okay.
Well, that blows all the bullshit about the other worlders and everything apart, because if Aleister Crowley's part of it, take it for what it's worth.
Hold on. Who is it? I'm thinking of a name. I'm trying to remember who it is. Who is the one who talked about prophecy a long time ago? Was it started with an A?
Wilkinson.
That's an A.
Wilkerson.
Nostradamus.
That far back.
Okay.
That far back. Nostradamus.
You lost me on that one.
Was he a channel of Aleister Crowley to Dolores Cannon?
Who? You lost me.
Was Nostradamus channeled by Aleister Crowley?
By Dolores Cannon. Was Nostradamus... There's something with Nostradamus in this.
Is there a connection between Nostradamus
and Aleister
Crowley?
Is there a connection between Nostradamus
and
Aleister Crowley?
Okay, I'm asking. That's a no.
I'm getting a no.
Okay, now, did Nostradamus get channeled by Dolores Cannon to stop Aleister Bailey?
It's a no.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
I think maybe you might be. Why don't we go Aleister Crowley with Nostradamus?
And okay, so
we're doing Dolores. Why don't we try it the other way? Was Aleister Crowley channeling or
Nostradamus? Okay, was Aleister Crowley channeling Nostradamus?
I'm still getting a no.
I'm still getting a no on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to figure.
Nostradamus is out of the picture.
I think. Let me ask if Aleister Crowley was channeling someone prophet-wise in history. Okay, let me ask that. Right now, that's a yes.
You know what? I'm
maybe so. You're not wrong, is what I'm getting at.
No, I know, but I have to deep dive because there's something between them and Nostradamus, and I want to figure this out.
When you guys have time, take a look at Aleister Crowley, a couple pictures, and look at Dolores Cannon. It's uncanny.
Can you show me that picture again of Aleister?
I'll send them to you right
now. Good.
All right, next question. Or where are we?
Next question. Let me check the topic page again. Take that off. Refresh. Okay.
I'm sending it to your phone because I haven't saved it yet, Nadia.
Sure.
So it's not going to Messenger. Okay. Just freeze any video where Dolores Cannon isn't smiling. It'll give you chills. Quit licking. It's not a lollipop. It's feet.
Is there a connection between the Quran and the ancient deity Khoronzam?
I don't know who that is. Khoronzam. Is there a connection between the Quran and the ancient deity?
Balto.
I'm getting a no.
No, actually, if you want to understand the Quran, it actually happened before the god Ra came.
Yeah, I got a no on that, but there's a little flicker, almost like keep digging.
Yeah, it sounds the same.
Well, I think there's something. The names just doesn't feel right or something. That's all.
Yeah,
but
no.
It's not a straight no. It's a,
See, from what I believe, and I also
you're playing charades, like give me more, keep going.
Yeah, but I also understand the Quran with Jordan Maxwell that it was predated by Saturnian, 3-letter word.
Three syllables.
3 syllables.
3 syllables.
It also, was connected to the Saturnian. That's why they followed the moon, and that came before the Ra, the sun god. And then how they story tell until it was written. I think that's what happened.
Okay, now hold on. Quit.
How many old teachings say that Jupiter and Zeus are one in the same? Or many old teachings say that Jupiter and Zeus are one in the same. Is this accurate, or is this info altered to favor the darkies for powering?
Well, they also mentioned that Zeus is Jesus.
Yeah, I think there's I'm going for the yes on this because there almost feels like there was a time where the fallen.
Are you talking about Jupiter? Here we go.
The fallen angels kind of were trying to get back in God's favor. That could also be the stories of the Olympiad of Zeus and everything. So I'll check my rock. I'm getting a yes. Yeah, it's like a demigod.
So you're not talking. I was just going to ask that question. Is he talking about the planet? I was just going to ask, is he talking about the planet? And here
Jupiter, the planet? Okay.
She froze.
Yeah, that's what I felt. That's what he said, and I was just going to ask, and he put it down. Jupiter, the planet.
I'm getting yes.
Is Jupiter the planet and Zeus one and the same?
I get a yes on that.
Jupiter and Zeus, one and the same. Jupiter and Zeus.
I get a yes.
It feels very conflicting, but it's a yes. It almost doesn't sound right, but it's a yes. Maybe we don't understand how.
Saturn and Zeus. Zeus the same as Saturn and Zeus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got it. It's a yes.
Sorry, twitching up a storm here. Sorry.
I've been doing that all week.
Okay, but do we have to say, does it alter the favor of the darkies? Because that was the second part.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. What was it?
No, I have
Does
to
it
find it.
alter the favor of the darkies?
Does it favor the dark side?
Oh,
The favor of the dark side. Does Zeus being Jupiter favor the dark side? I don't think so. Okay, ego step.
I get a no, but I at the same respect, I don't think he's wrong. I think there's something to it. It feels like he's right there. He's right there. I mean, not folklore, not. I don't know. They're showing me something you can see. I don't understand what that means. Like you can see it. Yep, you can see it. It's not in books. You can see it. I don't know.
Okay. Can you see if it favors the light? Does Jupiter being Zeus favor the light?
It feels almost neutral, but there's usage to it.
Yeah, because
I'm getting a yes to what you're asking, but
I'm getting a yes too.
It's something for him is sight. It's not so much in books, kind of like, okay, just right now, Aleister Crowley and Dolores Cannon. You can't deny what you're seeing. That's all I'm saying. That's what it feels like. Once you see it, you'll know. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you look at Jupiter and Zeus, it's more of a creation, more of an expansion, and the darky wants a containment. That's why I asked, is Zeus Saturn? But I got to know. So interesting. Because Saturn is more government and control.
The letter I is positioned at number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
9.
The two I's in the third I make 999. Flip them upside down and it's 666. Coincidence? Yay or nay?
No coincidence.
First of all, 999 is 20.
Okay, me personally, I'm not a believer in the third eye. I think that's your heart. Okay, so I think to me the third eye is deception. The heart is what you see with this third eye is the fluff and bullshit, decalcify, all that crap. Excuse me if I offend you guys, but that's the only way I can put it. They're showing me like, okay, they're covering it. They're covering something. In other words, it's don't look at the details. Don't look at the details.
But if you look at, okay, add 999 equals what?
27.
Which if you add the 2 and the 9 equals 9. Add 666, 18.
Wait. Whoa. Oh, 666, 18. Go ahead.
Add 1 and 8, 9. 9 is a new.
Do I need a calculator or do I have enough fingers and toes?
So where are you going with that?
So what I'm going with it, that doesn't matter if it's 666 or 999. It's all divine. There's no negativity to it.
Well, I agree with that, but I think it can be used either way.
In your intentions, exactly.
Yes.
However, if you look at it in the divinity, it all equals 9, which equals the same, a new beginning, whether bad or good. But it's the intention that is brought into it.
I don't know where we're at. We might want to stop questions. I have no idea where we're at.
Yeah.
Are we okay on questions? I don't know.
We are 7 left on the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we miss
let me check the live.
We just put a hold because these questions are getting pretty deep.
Well, it's just I got to stop winding you two up.
Cheese. You need cheese. That's all you need is cheese. It stops the whining.
Wind.
I said whining. I know. That was for you, Mr. Spiritual Grammar Police.
Spiritual capabilities. Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, now we've got 8 questions left. All right. So where do we want to head, or just keep doing the questions, right?
Yep.
Jen, come in. Okay. I need help.
There is no helping you. You are surrounded.
I am
It's usually
helpless.
me being surrounded. Now it's you being surrounded.
I got 3 of you guys. I got you, and DHP.
I don't know if your questions are causing us to freeze DHP.
I think it is.
Probably. All right. Next one. Just to piggyback off of what Rocco said.
Piggyback?
I don't want opinions.
No correction for him? Huh?
No correction? What the heck?
Say what?
He just read it out like he'd correct me. Oh, I'm not going to correct DHP.
Here, let me put it in your piggyback.
Okay,
Good.
Sorry. You get a long sleep.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Better.
Just to piggyback off of Rocco said, I don't want opinions. I want downloads. Is the eclipse a marker of what's to come? In order, fasten your seatbelts.
Yeah, that's.
You don't want opinions. Well, the downloads go from the creator above, and he's in charge. So you got to bypass us.
Mine are from what I've questioned, what I've gotten. So the eclipse is a marker in itself. is for what's to come. It doesn't look good. Nadia said before she thinks it's going to be good. I don't believe so. I believe it's okay. I don't want to say it's a biblical marker, but it's a biblical proportion for what's to come.
I believe it depends on what position you are in. Now, if you're a baddie, good luck. If you're going to listen to and believe and follow manipulated texts, good luck. Yeah. But if we know the loving God is here and is taking care of his children, I don't believe, I believe what the Navajos say. Sit in sacred, we can we can put good intentions out and not be worried about it. That's why I don't think, I don't have that fear. And even if that happens and we are taken as ascension, that's still a good thing.
Right. So I don't look at it as fear. Put it this way. There was always love in dad and mom's hands, especially when they used that paddle too, but there was always love in that there was sometimes tough love. So sometimes you have to go through some bad experiences to keep you on the right path. So I'm just saying what I got was that, and you're saying it's good. It's all perspective, but
it's all how you see it. Exactly.
Me, it's
if I want to believe the heifer is going to cause Baal, if I'm going to believe this and that, I see it in a negative view. I see it in a negative view.
But to me, the eclipse is spiritual. Will it affect the world? Yes, but it is spiritual. Like Nadia says, could we be spared from some of these things? That's quite possible. But the religious community keeps going, oh, we're going home. We're going to be raptured. We're going to be raptured. The arrogance. You have no idea.
Almost like, but it's almost like the old ET movies, extraterrestrial. Yeah. Let's go and run and say hi to the new aliens that came, and then they all get zapped.
Yeah, but, exactly.
It's like you follow what is in your heart.
Right. You can be hopeful. Don't be expecting.
You can be faithful.
Right. You can be faithful. And even then, if you're not raptured, that means you still got stuff to do. And I fear that if a rapture does happen, it's going to wipe out these people's faith. And that's the exact time when you need it the most. If you're not raptured, if that's what you believe, when you don't go, all faith is going to go out the window. That's when you actually need your faith.
I mean, you know what? We bypassed one other viewpoint. The other viewpoint was when the eclipse happens, more people will be joining the Great Awakening. And you know how it says from dark to light, more truth will come out. More people will open their eyes. However, some people who will have to stay are the ones that are going to be teaching them. So, I mean, even if you're getting a no,
it's a no, but I think they're just sealed as is. Can there be a few that straggle in?
Yeah, I get a yes. They're already sealed.
Yeah,
so,
sealed is what come through. Sealed.
so this great awakening already happened.
It's happened.
Maybe it's of the people that are awake. Maybe now it's a larger understanding. Little Earth, big spirit, if you will. Not so much being of the cares of the earth, but being of the cares of the spirit, if you will.
Maybe.
I don't know how to. We talk about straddling two worlds. Where's your weight? Are you in the spiritual side or are you in the physical side? I'm the spiritual side. At least I believe in my heart I am, because I don't give a shit about everything. But that's what I'm saying. That maybe that's what that pertains to. It's kind of pulling at my heart. It's giving me this. It's a heavy feeling and a joyous feeling at the same time, like how people perceive it. So that's what I get.
I don't know if this next one is meant for us or not. I just started just in case. From Tyler, how many heifers do we sacrifice daily in America?
You're not talking people, right?
I agree. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Don't. Thank you for your service, heifers. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I think that's why we're going back to the old ways of what farm to table.
DHP Jr. Is the sacrifice of the red heifer a representation of both Baal and Jehovah coming together as one, joining powerful forces?
It's a representation of the red heifer. Both? I'm getting
a yes.
I get a yes, but I also get this. Take this however you want. But I feel the heifers are Yeshua all over again. Sacrifice again. Mockery. It's like I don't know. It's okay. The Jews didn't accept Jesus to begin with. That's where I guess Yeshua was coming in. It just feels it's like a mockery to keep it going. I'm sorry. I don't understand that, but that's what it feels. Okay.
That was their wishes.
Yeah.
Knights coming in haphazard, the thief. Yeah, it's the darkies, of course, for sure.
Yeah.
Zionists.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That's the word, Dennis.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're fighting for it to happen.
Yep. I get a strong yes to that.
Sorry.
Just for DHP, I pulled cards and I got a skip and reverse.
Are you sure that wasn't an 8-ball?
No, yeah, I was just saying. Sound like an 8-ball. No, did I hear that right? Okay.
He said I pulled my Uno card.
Ask again later. Is that it?
Oh, it's an Uno card. Okay, where are we at here?
Easter, Good Friday, the eclipse, Passover, etc. Are all of these events connected as an honor of the angel of death, the one that was unleashed in Egypt during this time thousands of years ago?
Interesting you said that, but we'll answer this question first. Connection to the honor of the angel.
I get a yes.
So do I.
And
yes.
I don't think angel of death is right. I think it's Holy Spirit. Don't forget
I'm getting Ishtar.
Ishtar, yes.
But it's a representation, it feels, of many. No matter what you call it, it has a purpose. It doesn't matter good, evil, neutral. It has a purpose. It's not necessarily evil. It just is. It's a function. Like angel, I'm getting a yes to that. Like it's Okay, the four corners, the four angels on the four corners, they release the all hell breaks loose, the four horsemen, the Euphrates, everything. But that's their function. It's not that they're evil. It's their function. So that's what I'm getting.
Okay, can I ask? First of all, the eclipse, there's going to be a comet, and what is the name of that comet that is going by while this eclipse? Devil something.
Yeah.
But is this connected to the Anunnakis? All of these holidays. Yes.
I get a no.
Yeah, I get a no.
Oh.
It's a pretty strong one. Like not even in the ballpark. But I initially thought in my head, wow, that's actually didn't think about that. But it's a no for me.
Well, I got the Queen of Swords, so that's a maybe. I got the Eight of Wands coming, and that's a yes. And then I got the Strength card, which is also a yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just went with what you asked in the rods. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised because I initially thought, oh wow, never thought of that. I thought it was going to be close, yes, but I got a straight no.
I had asked for clarification of the Strength card. I don't know what this is going to mean, but the Emperor. It's a contract, Two of Cups, and the Chariot. It's coming back. Maybe they're coming back.
Okay. Let me ask this.
Yes, to coming back.
Yeah.
Is okay. Let's take Anunnakis for a second, and what's the eclipse of what to come, or maybe the Anunnakis are the pagan things that are gonna come, like rituals, things like that, like.
So your question is, are the Anunnakis going to come right after the eclipse?
Not them. No, they're rituals. They're like, I don't know. Let me see what I'm getting. It's like pagan ritual. No, it's not. I was just thinking.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I was trying to expand on your question because initially I thought, oh, I didn't think of that, and that's why I thought of that. But it's a nothing.
Yeah, because Ishtar is connected with the Anunnakis.
Well, I get Ishtar is really a combination of different gods or spirits. Better yet, spirits.
Okay, because I know Ishtar was connected to Enlil.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, next.
Is it the Jews or the Jesuits? Not sure what that was connected to. Probably the heifers, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, that's
yeah, I think they go by many names. I think
they do. Well, the Zionists are probably.
Well, really, the term Jew didn't come around till what 1400.
Yeah.
How did they come?
They were all called Hebrews at one time. Jews came from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
But there was no J at that time.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
I think it was actually pronounced like how they pronounce Aisha in Islam. I think it was an I pronunciation or a variant of it. We don't know the vowel. Yeah, Y or an I. But the term Jews, that came up 1400s, depending on how you look at it. And it seemed like a certain sect. It wasn't religion that came up with it, but they adopted it. You know, I remember reading this, but I can't think of it right now because I'm connected. But I think it's all different names, if you will.
Well, I think the Sadducees and the Pharisees combined together to become Zionists,
right?
And which we call now the Khazarian Mafia. Jews that say they are, or those that say they are Jews but are not.
Not exactly, and they could have put that name under it and manipulated any of the
Make it just,
scriptures.
been told, hey, you're a Jew. Growing up, you're a Jew.
I still call them Hebrews. That those that are actually those of Israel are Hebrews. Let's see, next one. We got 3 more. DHP is Alex. Oh, not Alex Jones. Okay, is A. Jones going to eventually expose the astral realm by learning it and bringing truth out in the open, giving the spiritual community a big blow in the process?
I don't know who that
I don't
is.
know who A. Jones is. If it wasn't
You
Alex.
know what? I would have preferred if A. Jones took the train at a speed of 50 miles an hour. I would have gone for that question, but expose astral realm. A. Jones.
Oh, bringing the astral realm to light, basically, I think.
An astral realm.
I get a yes, but like I said, I don't know. So I get a yes to the first part. I'm breaking it in 2. Now I'm doing, does it take a big blow to the community? No. Let's go straight out first order. Reset it.
Wouldn't it be interesting if the astral realm was within you?
No, you are the temple. I get a yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting a yes to that too.
Yeah.
Exactly. That would blow people's minds that we have all within us. I'm not getting a strong yes or no on that.
On the second one, it wasn't strong. The first one was a yes, but the second one was a yes, but that's okay. Just like me, okay. I see the chakras as physical. I don't see them in the spiritual realm. When I talk contradictory of something that someone else believes on the chakras, they want to fight you. You know what I mean? They want to kill you. Like, no. I'm not saying the bad things. To me, it's physical.
Put your knuckles in there.
Exactly.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
I mean, that's what I'm getting at. Like, people will fight for their beliefs. Like, okay, let's take the people that round Earth. It's a ball. It's a ball. Show me that it's a ball. Show me. That's what science says.
But going through that
perspective is what I'm getting at. They're just saying because I was told this.
No, I know, but going through that.
Just an example.
But everything, not just what we're talking about, but everything. Everybody has their own level of truth, depending on how you view it. So if you're like, okay, I live in Orland Park, and then your next level is I live in a suburb of Chicago, and I live in Illinois. All of them are true.
Right.
But where are you in to understand that truth?
Right. And see, like I say, to me, chakras are physical. So my point is people will fight you. That's all. It doesn't matter. It's one of their beliefs. It's their faith. And that's just it. They're going to fight you for it, and I understand that aspect of it. It doesn't matter the subject. I'm just using that as an example.
I know.
But
everybody does their own.
Let's say, okay, here, give an example.
Look at that.
All right, let's just take, for example, that Jesus is bullshit. Excuse me, Lord, I'm just using this as an example. Yeshua is bullshit. Okay, imagine, would that rock your faith? Would like no, it's true. It's true. It's where you see what I'm saying. They'll fight you over it. Now let's say, hey, chakras are not just bullshit, but they're the exact opposite. They'll fight you for it. They'll kill you for it. You see what I'm saying? It's a battle. So
it's a belief.
Well, what I'm saying is what would it take for you to get rid of a particular strongly held belief? That's all that brings up for me is what would make you change your mind.
But you can also say, if your conviction is your belief is wrong and you need to change my belief, it's still you have to change your belief. Yeah. So there is no belief. If that's what we're going to end up saying,
I'm not going to go that
nobody has a belief.
And how does that make you feel? No, I'm not going to go down that.
No, but nobody has a belief then, because you cannot change, or you cannot, convince my belief over your belief, because we're both going through.
Beliefs and faith are different.
Exactly.
Beliefs can be changed. Beliefs are based on your experiences and ideas. Exactly. Faith is based on absolutely unexplainable complete neurotic thought like this shouldn't be, but it is.
Exactly.
You can't put your hand, finger, touch it, feel it, nothing. That's faith.
So whatever
Beliefs are
is
different.
their belief. Perspective is also a belief.
Yeah. No,
intention is also a belief. So
don't make him spit.
It's just a comment. It's just
don't say his name. Don't say his name. Don't make me spit.
All I can say is the Earth is a pyramid.
There you go.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to
it.
Was Jesus before Yeshua? And it means dawn. Maybe a dark counterpoint.
Was Jesus half of water? H2. Nobody got my joke.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what? I
said, was Jesus part of water? H2.
Form of water.
Oh.
Lee. Jesus, maybe dark.
I'm getting
no.
absolutely no reaction. Yeah, I'm gonna. It to me, it's not even a no. It's just no reaction whatsoever.
Nothing,
so
nothing.
I'm gonna assume that's a no.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah, it's a no. But yeah, I mean, I'm not even feeling absolutely anything on this.
I get a strong yes that H2O was before Yeshua, though.
Well, yeah, I think I'll agree with you on that.
I got a really strong yes. In fact, it filleth thy cup.
Filleth thine cup, young Russell. What's the next one?
Is our solar plexus actually where we should ground from instead of our feet?
Ooh.
Does that mean I have to actually? Hi, Jules, by the way. Do I have to actually lay down on my stomach and roll to ground, or what?
I'll say what they showed me a lot of times. Okay, copper's porous, right? Copper. If you put this copper in your hand and hold it toward your solar plexus, that feels right to me. And again, this is shit that I fight. I believe it's physical, but I know that there's some truths to this, and I struggle believing this. But she's onto something with yes, and like they showed me, because I've told people, look, just go to Home Depot and get a copper pipe, and that'll help ground yourself because this will absorb it. That's what they showed me. So if you put that copper to your chest, that's what it feels like to me, like below where your solar plexus should be. But I get it. I get a yes.
I think we need copper shoes.
Whoever doesn't want to hear it can close their ears.
Is that me?
No.
That's directed at me, right? Okay.
Well, I want to tell you about chakras. So whoever doesn't can close their ears. But, underneath your feet, you also have chakras. And that's what grounds down to the star chakra. The ground chakra, about 10 feet below.
Okay, I heard that. Feet chakras?
You have feet chakras. That's why I have no shoes on.
Wait, just let me say that one more time.
Okay, they'll call it soul chakras. Happy? I'm trying to put it in layman terms. So you have soul chakras. And because of our evolution, yes, we move up to the solar plexus. So when you're trying, Jules, to understand what the solar plexus is from grounding, it is to remove the me out of it. Does that make sense? Because solar plexus is the me. You hurt me. I am upset. That's where the solar plexus, satisfaction. So the grounding itself is to release and cut cords from there. So I'm wondering if that's what you're getting for grounding. So if you can respond, Jules, I'd be interested to understand what you got. The shake. What is that? It's called Cankles, DHP.
Are we done?
Yeah.
That was it for the questions. I think I'm going through the chat right now to make sure.
I mean, that could be a brand. That could be a brand of shoes.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, you can make copper shoes.
You could call them like my chakras. I think people would buy that. Just saying.
Yeah, just and make them out of copper.
Can you imagine?
I'm an idea guy. Okay, I'm just trying to say.
Can you imagine
Let's
Michael
go into
Jordan?
business.
Loyalty.
Jay, Michael Jordan holding a chakra in the Nike shoes.
With one of those air pumps.
Pump your chakra up. You don't want to.
Build up your chakras.
I'm having trouble with the comments now. Is that everything?
I believe that's everything.
You want to check your
As
double
far
check
as
your
questions,
your coffee page, King?
I just did. There's
okay.
Well, let me do it again, Lips. Since I've forgotten already. Yeah, no, there's no question.
Okay.
No.
Do you want one?
No questions.
I don't know if my Cherie wants to ask a question.
Yeah, good.
Go ahead if you want.
My Cherie, do you want to ask your question? Because I know she came in and said, "Can we still ask questions?"
Yeah.
Type it in, nimble fingers. But
I'm here all night, all day.
But overall, for the eclipse, anything fear and everything seems to all be based on me. And for me, to me, the eclipse is a sign of things that come. Biblically, spiritually, emotionally. But in the long scheme of things, it's not a good sign to me. Again, but it depends on how you perceive it. Like, okay, if we look at the book of Revelations, it's doomsday. That doesn't bother me. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I know it's coming. It's not a big deal, however you look at that.
Mm-hmm.
How are you two on time?
I'm okay.
April 8th is the eclipse. Whoever Jay is, welcome aboard. How are you?
Oh, we got a new Jay? Or are you secretly using your phone over there, Jay?
No. Please.
Welcome. Terry, go ahead and open them up for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Day is the eclipse. It's April 8th.
Yeah. Just said that.
Actually, they said this is going to be the longest eclipse, like 4 minutes, as it's going through. I think that's amazing that they can find that out.
I get a yes to that. 4 minutes.
What?
Oh. My Cherie, if you still have a question, go ahead and put it in. Is God a whale?
Ooh.
I have perspective on this. I'll answer last on this if that's okay.
I'm getting no.
It's a weak yes. Oh, okay, thank you. Very weak yes, but I think I understand it.
Okay, for me, it's okay. When we look at the 1587 map, you can see the whale. Okay, and what a lot of people don't get is our Earth, our realm. It's all God. Whether you want to look at it, Mother Gaia, it's a level of heaven realistically on top of that. But at the same time, one of the things that always bothered me is on the seventh day God rested. Okay, and here's where I think that comes from. Okay, now my God's all great and all powerful. I think God had to give part of himself to become the foundation. And that foundation is represented in that whale on that map. He had to give of himself, not just his spirit, but he literally is part of that to me. I've gotten yeses on this. So that's what I've felt. And again, why would my God need to rest? He's everything. He's everywhere. But yet to encompass all of himself in the heavens, that would explain maybe why the need of a rest, because he detached part of himself, not just his essence, but his what we deem as something, body, something. So that's me.
All right, I asked why did I get a maybe, a very weak yes, and I got because God's essence is in every creature that he had in this planet. So if a whale is God, a piece of him is, yes.
I mean, like I said, that's how the representation came out as far as how it's on the map. And you could look at the outside as the serpent surrounding him. But, the same thing, every breath we take is God. Every breath we exhale. We literally we call it Mother Gaia because of male and female energy, but it's a nurturing force. So that's where mine came from. But it was a good question. Nice. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, and it made me sing the Police song. Every breath you take, I'll be watching you.
And I will admit, the Puff the Magic Dragon King, I've sent that song to at least 8 people, and they're hating me right now. So
It's stuck. Jay, by the way, this is not really a tarot card thing.
Here it
It's
is.
basically the three of us.
Pick a card, any card.
Nadia does the tarot.
Yeah.
Jay does the rods. I do
not
the
100%
intuition part.
And Jen is usually here. Jay, if you've never seen us before, she typically does the cards for us.
Yeah.
Is it easy to be a psychic or open the third eye? And some people are not meant to or are some people not meant to have it?
Is it easier to be a psychotic? No, psychic.
If you want it, ask for it, and it shall be given.
Yeah.
If you ask for it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
All humans, I mean, all of us have the gift. It depends on how you've practiced it. It depends on if you're doing meditation or prayer or trying to be in the stillness. If you can, your gifts open up. We always said the first gift you have is discernment. And you work your way up from there.
Yeah. And I don't know how to say I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I'm none of those things. But I'm something. I don't know how to put my descriptor on it, but all my things are God-based or spiritually based, Jay, whether it's good or bad. But for instance, the only thing I could tell you is most of us that have gifts, mine came on later in life. And the only thing I can say is if you've always felt different and out of place and not part of the crowd and you were always on the sidelines, maybe that's one of the reasons, because it's the only thing that I never really fit in anywhere. Even though I had groups that I would go to, I never felt like I was at home with any of them. So maybe pursue that. And as far as the third eye goes, I don't believe in it. I believe in your heart. So, but other people do believe in the third eye.
I think the third eye is connected to your heart. So there you go.
Well, all of
it's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
But you can't have one without the other. I don't believe that either.
Look at my new eyelashes.
Also, Jay, you might want to understand that maybe when you were in high school, you viewed things differently, but you blocked it. Because if you're here, there's a reason why you're here.
Yep. And DHP just mentioned about being in crowds. Oh, one of the worst things you could do for me.
I don't like them either.
Exactly. And see, traffic for me is a car in front of me and a car behind me. Not 20 cars. It's one in front of me and one in behind me. That's traffic.
And when I'm in the movie theater, I have to sit on the very end in that row.
Do you know what I learned, King? You could sit in the handicap. You could sit in the handicap because claustrophobia is a handicap. And I just learned that because I guess our auras are so huge.
Well, you better be a card-carrying capper, okay? I am just watching you. I'll boot your ass out of those seats.
Is that capper or caper?
Capper. Handy.
Oh, okay.
Capper.
My chérie, did God create the whale first?
God created the whale first. I want to say yes, since he's part of the Akashic Records. But
depending on if you're looking at the physical nature of it or the nothing of us before it all happens, this is my view. I think God was everything. Did the whale come first? I that's like saying, and people love to say this, where did God come from? I think they're one and the same. It's because it's in everything. And no matter how you look at it, just depends on your faith. We can see his markings everywhere. Like even just in chat, your things jump out at me. And when we do tarot practices, I see people's energy. I feel their energy. I said something to Jules the other day. She thanked me for it. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry. I'm just connected, Jules. But it was very heartfelt, and it's just you synchronize energy. So I think God is everything, and I think we try and get to that point where we're meeting God. To me, that's the Holy Spirit. That energy, that's the creation energy. That's my perspective.
Well, I got that he didn't just create the whale first; he created many all at one time.
Well, I know one thing. He modeled man boobs with me and shaped mine. That's all I'm saying. I'm a little upset about it.
He was testing gravity.
Since I'm older than you, it came from me.
I said you can put all the weight you need to me bear on my shoulders, and it seemed to fall or something.
They call that over the shoulder boulder holder.
That's all. All right. Well, anyway, listen, guys.
I got a yes on that.
Rolling. I'm going to get rolling. Is there any more questions or?
Oh, we're not going to do the chicken and the egg. That would take forever.
Yeah.
So no more questions.
Yeah, let's stop the questions. That was it.
Okay, guys. I hope we answered. And for you guys, discernment is key. So don't take our words. Follow what's in your heart too. Discernment is key.
Yeah, and please don't buy into the hype of the eclipse. I mean,
for what you feel.
You want to go out and see it, go see it. Okay, but everything else, the National Guard, the off schools, please don't roll into that. Okay, you don't realize it, but most things like that should start with once upon a time, because it's a story. They're trying to make a story out of something that is actually beautiful, even though it's still a marker. But everything that's associated with fear, unknowing, and just weirded out about it, that's all man.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. You take it, he's yawning. He knows the show's over because I guess he heard that's it. But take it for higher frequency, because the lower frequency will have you draw that in, and that's what they want. They want you to bring that lower frequency so the other stuff can come into fruition. So take it for what it's at. And I actually want to stand in silence to feel if I feel a humming, because if you feel a humming, that's basically a love vibration, and that's what I'm hoping to get out of this.
Well, that's basically what I get when I have you two on the round table, and I poke the bear, and I just kind of sit back in the corner and listen to
and enjoy it. Yeah, I know. You just watch it. You're like, if I had popcorn, if I only had popcorn.
Poke the bear.
Yeah. All right, guys. Wait, listen, love you guys. Jay, new into the chat. Subscribe. All right. Give New Beginnings Tarot. That's Jen, Dennis, King of Cups here. Give them a subscription and a like. Thank you for popping in. Welcome aboard. And we love you guys.
Hope
Friday, I'm not here.
Friday. Yeah,
Friday, I'm out. All right. Too much with the kid. I got to catch up. Thanks, guys. Love you.
All right. Nadia, you said what about Friday?
I'll be here.
Oh, okay. I'll be here. I will not have a show tomorrow because I have a reading with Jen.
No, I don't have a channel, Moncherie. I know they've been pushing me to get one, but it's bad enough holding on to these guys poking the bear. So I will be
poking the bear.
Go ahead and come in on Friday. It's a potpourri, right?
Yep, potpourri Friday.
You guys want to do, but I won't be able to probably make it on the 10th. I think 10th is a Wednesday.
It is.
Martina.
Friday's roundtable usual time. My next show won't be till Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Love and light, guys. And I'm always wishing peace and joy and prosperity to you guys.
Bye. Yep, love and light to you all. Bye now. Enjoyed the questions.